city of New York is just obviously an unbelievable city. I have nothing but great things to say about the city. It's not going to be easy, and I'm definitely not Superman, so I want to just kind of get in there and help the team as much as possible.
Line shot, basic, going into right center field. It's heading toward the gap, and it's an RBI double by Mike Piazza. His first base hit, his first RBI as a New York Met.
These fans here, playing in New York has been the greatest experience of my life.
Swinging a drive, deep down the left field line, toward the corner. It's out of here! Out of here! Mike Piazza with a line drive, 3-run homer. Incredible! Piazza with his 22nd home run of the year, and this place is absolute bedlam here at Shea.
That buzz, the emotion that came through, and then, I just remember so many times thinking, man, if I could get a hit here, this place is going to go nuts.
Full windup by Clemens, and a swung on hit high in the air, deep to center field, way back, it may go, gone! A grand slam! A grand slam! Mike Piazza!
Just that whole week in general was extremely emotional, and it's so tough to really, even a few years later, to really put sort of a perspective on that whole week.
High fly ball, deep to center field, it's way back, it may go, gone!
Amazing, looking back, and it's very an honor for me that people put that into a better perspective, at least, and hold it in such a high regard.
A 2-run homer for Mike Piazza.
Piazza drives one in the air to deep right center field. Back goes Tucker looking up, and it's out of here! Mike Piazza has now hit more home runs than any catcher in the history of Major League Baseball.
We were a team that could be reckoned with.
And I think first of all you say congratulations, and it's about time on his 4th try on the ballot. Of course it was because, as they say of the elephant in the room, who was clean during his era, he never was connected to any of the stuff like the Baroid and the B-12 rocket. And so finally he gets his due, and he is in baseball's Hall of Fame as the greatest hitting catcher of all time. So congratulations to number 31. Now, here is what needs to be done by the New York Metropolitans. And here is what all Metropolitan fans are hoping for. He's got a choice. What he should be doing, without question, is wearing a Metropolitan cap in front of the podium and on the plaque. And before this monologue is over, in other words, as soon as possible, the New York Metropolitans need to retire number 31. So no one ever wears that number, and no one has since he left the game. So, does he go? And now he has said on a number of occasions in the past, he would like to go into Cooperstown wearing a Metropolitan cap. So we'll see if that plays out that way. He played in 726 games for Hollywood, 972 as a Metropolitan. Case closed. Again, the Mets right now, right at 10:27, they need to retire his number. He's in the Hall of Fame. He and Seaver, and put that retired number up there with the 37 with the Casey, the 14 with the Gil Hodges, the 41 with the Seaver. From with the 42 with the Jackie Robinson, everyone has that number retired. And the bottom line is he's got to go in wearing the Metropolitan cap, which, again, he has alluded to that he would do. We'll see if that happens. And the Mets need to retire that number. And I'm sure they will have a day, and they will have a ceremony, and they will retire that number in front of the Metropolitan fan base. Again, he played in 726 games for Hollywood, 972 as a Metropolitan. In Hollywood, wearing with the Dodger uniform, he hit .331, 177 homers, 563 RBIs. And it's not about numbers with Piazza, but let me do my due diligence. what he hit as a Dodger. He started his Hall of Fame career with them. 177 homers, 563 RBIs. He had 30 or more round trippers in 4 consecutive seasons as a Metropolitan. And, of course, the most iconic home run ever hit in New York City, and that, of course, was 10 days after 9/11. And it was a home run for healing, a home run that gave everybody in New York City, Yankee fan, Metropolitan fan, no baseball fan, doesn't matter which with the laundry you were rooting for, it was a home run that was a sign and a signal that we can all move forward. It was something to feel good about after 9/11. For catchers, first in home runs, anybody surprised? I don't think so. For catchers, first in home runs, fourth in RBI, sixth in hits again. It's not just numbers with Mike Piazza. And again, this is numbers that those who didn't see him every day as either a Dodger or a Metropolitan, this is what got him in. And he should have gone in again, first time around on the ballot. But, you know, again, the real issue with the era that he played in was not who's doing it, but who's clean. And he never was associated, like Baroid and the B-12 Rocket and others, with the steroids. He was suspected, sure, but never in any way, like so many others, was he linked or, you know, associated in any way, shape, or form with the HGH or the steroids. And with Baroid, it was cattle steroids. What is it? You didn't want to eat a steak ever again after you heard from that. But nonetheless, for a catcher's first in homers, fourth in RBI, sixth in hits, a no-brainer for the Hall of Fame. And he had to wait until the fourth try, as you know. And altogether, his numbers, 308, 2127 with the hits, 427 homers, and 1,335 with RBIs.
Yes, I wanted to go back to Sonny's call about Jeff Kent. I think it's just ludicrous that he only received 20% of the votes because he was the best hitting second baseman over the last 50 years. I think there needs to be more transparency in the process. I think each of the, voters should be subjected to have to give a written reason for his votes. In the judicial system, a judge has to give a written decision. So why can't these voters do the same? I just want to know why Jeff Kent should not be in the Hall of Fame. I want an explanation, and they should be required to give one.
Well, I tell you, a lot of it is the personality contest, and he was a jerk. I would have put him in just because he got into a shoving match one day with Baroid in the dugout.
Yeah. He put up great numbers in the steroid era, and what I don't like about these steroid players, it makes Kent's accomplishment seem, minuscule in comparison.
Remember Bobby Jones of the Metropolitans had a no-hitter except for Jeff Kent.
Yes. Kent really was a great, hitter, and he also had a lot of doubles. Doubles, in my opinion, is the most underrated statistic in baseball.
And CJ from Mount Hollywood with the college football, the basketball with Michigan State and Iowa with the 9-minute 22-play drive, and with Stanford, and now talking about Jeff Kent. You are very well-rounded.
Oh, thank you. I really try to, do the best. And once again, with Piazza, I'm not sure whether he used, PEDs or not, but he should go in as a vet.
Yeah, and he was. You're once again a great call from CJ from Mount Holly, and.